What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Dash Rendar. Today's video is going to be all about destruction for your enjoyment and also for mine as well. The reason I wanted to do this is because Shad just put out a video recently in which he did a armor testing segment with 16 gauge mild steel armor. Now he used a bow, he used a recurve, I think it was 110 pounds, something like that, but the results seem to be somewhat underwhelming. And so there's no shortage of great armor tests out there. Look no further than Todd's workshop for the best one. Demonstrate just a little bit more what a warbow is capable of against that. So I have here my 155 pound bow, 16 gauge mild steel shield, another mild steel shield. I have the 14 gauge great helmet. And then behind me, the piece de resistance, one more thing that I'm willing to sacrifice. That is a 16 gauge hardened steel gorget. So the difference between mild steel and hardened steel is substantial. And so I want to test that as that final piece. But to start, we're going to go with the round shield. That's a 16 gauge mild steel shield. And I just want to kind of show a little bit more of the devastating impact because of the size of the arrows and the velocity that a boy like this is bringing them at. So first up on the list, we have an 18 gauge mild steel shield. Now this has taken quite a bit of beating in the past, but we're just gonna start low and then climb from there. Now, in addition to the 155 pound bow, what I'm going to be using is these big old bodkin tips here. These are about 1500 grain arrows. And so they are gonna be moving fast and they are heavy duty. So that first one punched in pretty well, but the second one right here actually punched all the way through and hit the gambeson and the chainmail and punched into the dummy. So that was a good shot. I think that shows a little more of the power, and then we're gonna keep climbing a little bit. Next up, we got the 16 gauge steel. Now the thing about this is that is the same material, 1.5 millimeters, as the armor that was tested. So I kind of want to convey a little bit more about the power these things can bring, because when I watched it, it was just kind of like a little plink, but it's not going to look like that. And we're going to show you that right now. So you can kind of see it on the video, but that one actually went in through here, deep enough into the other side to where it actually hit the dummy and bounced out. Now, if your arm were there, that would poke into your arm because that's basically where the armrest is. But again, it's just a much more devastating impact. I hope that gives a better idea of the actual impact of these arrows that we are dealing with here. And so now we're gonna pull out the helmet. Let's keep moving along. Next up, we have got the 14 gauge 2 millimeter great helmet. This is still mild steel, but it's about 12 pounds of steel. I've tested it a lot of times on this channel, but I just think it'd be a good idea, again, just to demonstrate how much power is coming behind these things when you get up to those high draw weight. The thing you can really see in that video is that even though there was no penetration, there was a massive impact. The helmet bounced around. It left a decent dent in there. The bodkin tip, you can see it got turned in completely. The arrow broke here, but this is salvageable as long as it's still, you know, got an intact spine. That would be something that would jar you a little bit if it got hit. It wouldn't be a little plink or anything like that. It wouldn't give you concussion or anything, but it would let you know someone was shooting a bow at you. All right, so last thing we got is 16 gauge hardened steel. This came from Arm Street, so it's SCA ready, it is hardened steel, it's gonna be a lesser gauge than the great helmet. I just kinda wanna see what the difference is between a hardened steel and a mild steel when it comes to the impact of an arrow and what that does to it. So that was a bit of a shock to me. That punched through the gorget and it probably would have got caught on the chainmail, but I mean, that's hardened steel. You guys can see it a little bit better here. It went right in there. You can see where the exit was out the back that was used. So it went in that deep. So that would not be enough to get through to you. But man, that would be terrifying. That was a surprise. The thing I want to clarify is the purpose of this video was not to disparage anyone. I am a huge fan and I love all the content he puts out, but I just thought that the impact of the arrows against the armor didn't really do justice to how much velocity and force and power is behind them. So I just really wanted to convey that in the best way I could, just by going up gauges of armor and mild steel versus hardened steel, and show the true power of what a warbow can do. Additionally, I hope you guys really liked the video. These have been really fun to do. I've been struggling to try to get to 8 minutes, so I'm just gonna do what feels natural and just go that way. I don't really care about it. This was also like a 4-arrow test, so if you guys ever want to contribute, feel free to check out Patreon so I can keep replenishing the stock. If not, I'll do it on my own. It's not a big deal, it's a fun hobby anyways, but if you guys want to contribute, you are more than welcome to, and I would greatly appreciate it.